South Africa, please wake up. Please wake up. I know that you don't like me, you don't like my videos, whatever, but I'm the only nigga who's going to be splitting truth to you. Okay? You're going to ignore until it's too late. And then by that time, you'll say, but nobody told us. Then God will say to you, I sent a prophet who didn't listen. Because of, I do not know whether it's pride or whatever. Another thing I know that is we are attacked in this media space. We are attacked. Just posted a video about that troubling share purchase of multi-choice by Canal Plus. Very disturbing, extremely disturbing, very bad news. Now I want to tell you something about colonization and recolonization on what it is and freedom. And a lot of people do not understand this. That is why my videos are suppressed by YouTube, because they know that I am speaking the truth, and therefore they don't want people to hear what I'm saying. Everything that I'm saying in my videos is very true, but they've got 10 views, 20 views. It's much truer than all the nonsense that you people are watching out there on TikTok. As in Ambora Ganjan. Yes. You see, colonialism in the past, as you have been taught at school, okay, but you have just been taught half truths, and I'm going to complete the picture for you. Colonialism, you are told that it's people that come from outside the country or Europe mostly. Those are the colonizers. And they come with their guns, they shoot you people, and they take over the country, take over the land. Therefore, now you are fighting to get the land back, which is not wrong, by the way, to talk about the land, because land is very pivotal. But land is not everything. It's not only in the land, it's everywhere across the economy, in banking, in media, in pharmaceuticals, in the military industries, now in IT and in education. To understand, there is a lot that is going to do with the apartheid systems that the West is still perpetuating today, that most black people are not aware of. So I'm going to break it down on this video and go to simpler things. Okay. I've been making a lot of noise about this Canal Plus pages of multi-choice. It really makes me angry. I do not understand why the government let it continue. But let me explain to you what it means, because some of you don't understand what is the problem of a French company buying multi-choice. And I don't blame you. The only reason why you go to social media is to watch TikTok videos of black people making stupid, funny videos. Okay, that's all. Okay, there's nothing wrong with watching comedy. It's fine, but don't just consume comedy. Consume substance as well. Have a balance in your diet for information. Have a balance when you come to social media. All right. As in Ambora kanjani. Now, black people actually are under attack. Let me tell you this. You do not know. You think they've got this fake news that South Africa got independence in 1994, Namibia in 1991, Zimbabwe in 1980, Mozambique in 1975, Ghana in somewhere, I don't know, but Ghana in the 1960s and even DRC, they would Patrice Lumumba. That was not liberation. It's what they make it appeal to. That is why they sell to it. That is why they sell Nelson Mandela as this big hero, because he ushered in another era whereby colonialism and apartheid continues, but rebranded and repolished in a way that you won't see, because first of all they attacked your education so that you won't be educated enough to notice, and whilst they've got no choice but to build schools. So since there are schools that are built everywhere, the government is building schools in South Africa. There's no country in Africa that builds schools like South Africa. So they've attacked the young black people with drugs. Okay, I come from Zimbabwe. There's no drugs like this, like here in South Africa. Okay, there you will have Zol, but this there, here and there. It's only now when Robert Mugabe screwed up the country that young boys are drinking what you call it, coffee syrup. But here in South Africa, crystal meth and whatever, all of these hard drugs, they are very easy to find. Why? Do you think that is because of these black people? No, it's a systematic attack. Okay, so that your kids, even if they go to school, they're going to smoke weed, they're going to smoke crystal meth, they're going to do all sorts of drugs, and that their brains are going to be effed up such that they will not be concerned about getting a matric. I was insulting somebody. Actually, I wasn't insulting someone. I spoke something that maybe actually they found it funny. This person is got a grade 9. I just said, you only have a grade 9. Only a grade 9 in this country where education is free. I was telling you, are you crazy? In this country, you can get a matric for free if you're South African. But someone finishes a grade 9. They say, do not grade 9, Emna. Do not grade 9. And you are proud of that nonsense. Go to school. Take your kids. Keep your kids at school. Okay. When I talk about black South Africans, I know because I stayed with them for many years, a lot of years, and I love them so much that I will not lie to them. I'm not gonna put you under the bus. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell it as it is. I'm not afraid of you also. Okay, I'm this foreigner. I will speak the truth. Finish school, but I understand. The reason why black kids do not finish school is because they've got an attack that comes all the way from Europe that causes to be drugs in the streets. So that they take those drugs. And when they open their phones to listen to music or play music at home, they make sure that in South Africa, your piano artists, your kwaito musicians, your hip hop artists are going to be singing and promoting drugs, alcohol abuse, and all the things that are going to mess up your head, and you're going to call those people your celebrities. That is Vivendi for you. Ask the black Americans, they will tell you. They've done that with you like all these American artists, Lil Wayne, Batman, or DMX, whoever can give a whole list of Tupac. All of them is the same thing. What do they sing about? Violence and glorifying drug abuse. Do you think that there is nothing else to sing about? All right. I mean, if you're gonna rap, you think they've got nothing else to rap about? No, it's systematically designed that way. That's what it means when they say Illuminati signing a deal, whatever. It's about actually destroying your own people. In this country, in South Africa, I can tell you categorically that your celebrities that you trust, that are actually systematically working to undermine the progress of black people. Whether they know it or they do not know it, but that is exactly what they are doing. The effect is the same. I know some of them are so foolish to know. They don't even know. There's nothing important with these South African celebrities. Useless. Utterly useless, most of them. And a problem, and they do not even know how to even fight it because they're busy imali so that they can go and buy cocaine. That's what your celebrities in this country of South Africa, what they're good at is sniffing cocaine and saying that, yeah, I'm the queen. Queen be my nonsense. Hey, I'm the one, I'm beautiful. Who cares? This slay queen mentality, what do you think has come from? It's sponsored. It is sponsored. Okay. I'm not breaking down what devil worship is because if I want to say, oh, this guy's sold their soul to the devil, you don't understand what it means. Let us break it down to the nitty gritty, to the realities that we can understand. We are not talking about the devil. We're not talking. Let's go to the realities, to the real thing, and watch this video and send this video. Let people watch this thing and know. Ayinasikhathi no YouTube mina ngisaba nokumsaba futhi God will destroy YouTube if they are trying to play funny thing with this algorithm. Don't play. Now, these celebrities of yours, okay, that you trust in South Africa, in this country, okay. I know this video goes all over the world, but I'm primarily the people that is gonna show first is in this country of South Africa where I am, and that is the focal point of focus, and even Africa as well. I want you to realize that you are captured everywhere. You're not just captured, it's not just your land that is taken. No, it is your industry. Okay. Not only the industry that you see in the that you see physically, but the industry in your own head. Ha, devil is clever. Your enemy attacks you in your own head. That is why they sell you drugs, so that your mind is destroyed. Your mind is destroyed, so that you cannot even think properly. Once you've got a population of people that are destroyed by drugs and alcohol, let me tell you something, you can destroy, you have totally destroyed them. They've got no hope of rising. Okay? So you can't be like, yeah, Black South Africa, I want freedom. Now you're busy blaming foreigners like me. Yet a foreigner like me is teaching you, but you're not listening. You're not gonna be listening because to you, you don't watch. You want watch videos of people twerking or whatever, dance challenges that are useless. That is why they promote those stupid challenges, because they know that they keep you dumb and miserable and going nowhere. A stupid nation full of people who do not prioritize information but prioritize stupid things will really never go anywhere. You will be captured. And you are captured already. And you are in jail. And what I'm saying right now is actually a door. What I'm talking right now is really, if you listen to what I'm saying, it is actually a door of coming out instead of like, hey, who are you? Yes, like what in. I'm just speaking the truth. And it's really, I'm actually angry today. No. You know, sometimes someone was saying that you cannot free someone who doesn't want to be freed. But here in this country, South Africa, it's not about people not wanting to be freed. It's about people not knowing that they're not free and not understanding what they're fighting for, who they are fighting. You see? So actually, I'm able to bring down my anger, to control my anger, because I know another reason that Black South Africans do not know, and Black Africans in general do not know what they are fighting. They do not know the nature of their enemy, even the nature of their own circumstances, the nature of the jail that they're in. Because you were born in jail, you grew up in jail, you think that jail is your home. It's not your home. But you don't even know that that place that you are at is called jail, because nobody told you it's a jail. They told you it's freedom. Okay. And your ANC government, which actually has got the opportunity to actually transform that situation. You know what? I feel sorry for the ANC. I understand, shit. I sympathize with Nelson Mandela, even though Nelson Mandela didn't do the best. But I sympathize with him because, given what he was given, that was the best he could do. Because he actually didn't bring freedom. Okay, let me just split it as it is. He didn't bring freedom. It's just that the appetite guys could not carry on with what they were doing, so they needed a black face to sanitize appetite, but appetite still existed. So Nelson Mandela was the perfect guy that they would use to transition to that place where white people in South Africa still own all of the industries. They still really run the economy, and black people who never gonna own Jake, and they'll get a few black faces. They were willing to sacrifice a few black people and they sacrificed a few billionaire sports, made Ramaphosa a billionaire, and other few black guys billionaires, black guys, called presidents, ministers, or whatever. So the white people sacrificed that, just that little bit, but the rest of the big cake, all the blacks are gonna be left miserable and suffering, and all the black people praised Nelson Mandela for that. And it lasted only one term, because they knew that where it's going, we're going to the doldrums of poverty. So they say, you get out quickly, so that we can put somewhere Thabo Mbeki, whom we can start blaming. And after Thabo Mbeki goes, when I put Zuma, things are going to get worse and worse and worse. They will blame other people and not you. We still call it the country of Nelson Mandela, but we know very well that there's no freedom that we want. We actually want to perpetuate slavery and colonization. And anyway, these people now that we have sold them this so-called freedom, okay, and we've got no choice than to educate them. Let's sacrifice a few classrooms reserved for white kids. Let's put a few black kids in there. That is why now you've got a black middle class. The black middle class is just a compromise from the white people that run your country. So that we can just have a few blacks so that they can keep quiet. Especially those that speak too much. Let's put money to them so that they can keep quiet. And the rest of them, they will suffer. And the rest of them, even if they go to school, we're going to feed their kids with drugs. And we're going to feed them with music and hizo. Where do you think it's coming from? Why do you think that most of the dramas that you get on SABC, that's from 1990s, late 1990s, 2000, all this time, all of them are about violence, uzalo. All of it is about promoting violence, gangsterism, everything that is going to mess up your mind. Have you ever seen white entertainment? Do you see they're making movies that promote violence? No. Their movies about ballet, opera, and sports, hope, stuff like that. Even their music is clean, it's nice. It's only black music that nonsense is preached. You understand? Because it is systematically created that way. Black people don't even know that. They don't even care. Yeah, boy. Somebody said we can hide information in a book to Africans. Even here on YouTube, you can hide information on a channel like mine that speaks truth. If I get Kanye Bao here showing you here behind, all of you'll be trending to see. The rest on the commission with Kanye Bao, he was touching Kanye Bao's peg. Let us see. A million views. That's all that you want to see. That's why you're going to stay impoverished, black people. Today I'm not really coming here to please you. If you hate me for the truth, because that is what it is. And nobody else is gonna say to you truer than this. And you can blame white people as much as you want, but it is also you blacks as well who actually take it and eat it and love it, loving poison, enjoying it, having fun with it, and refusing to learn. You understand? And your mind has now become so lost that somebody like Nhlanhla Lux comes and say, it's the foreigners, the black foreigners that are wrong, and then you all go with them and say, yes, that is true. Because I forgive, I forgive Lux and I forgive everybody in this thing. Because I began to realize that these people's minds, they've been hit from so many directions. They do not know what's hitting them, whether it's hitting them from the front or from the left or from the right or from behind. So by all they know that something is hitting them. But they do not know what is hitting them and how it is hitting them, the nature of it hitting them. So if the white people give Nhlanhla like R1 million or whatever, how much, I don't know how much they pay him so that they can put him on TV every day. Isn't it suspicious to you? This TV owned by France. Okay, the colonizer of Africa, France, who colonizes Africa, France, your colonizer who hates you. Now this guy goes around every day, they follow him with his cameras, telling that it's a black Africans who are wrong, and then you think that there's nothing wrong with that, there's nothing amiss with that. You don't see the mathematics. Of course you don't see, because you don't see what's hitting you, whether it's hitting you on the left or on the right, from behind or from the front. You don't know that. I feel the pain for my black people because they don't have the education that I have. Fortunately for me, I speak from a position of knowledge. And because I know stuff, it's easy for me to get angry and shout at people who do not know. Because I know. Had I not known also, I'll be like them. But I'm not shouting at you because I hate you. I'm shouting at you because I'm just fed up with this thing. Alright? So that people can just come to a point of understanding why I, man. No. Tina is black people. We are at a war. And the war hasn't finished. And this so-called freedom is a lie. We are not yet free. We're not asking to dominate other people, but we're asking for equality. Now we have got Canal Plus buying multi-choice, which is a clear indication that the French are still at it. The French have failed to give independence to the francophone countries. They don't have any economic independence. What they do with the franc currency that the francophone countries are using, that is the most evil thing that is led to happen on earth, and everybody just quiet as if nothing's happening. But who's going to speak when they own the media, when the oppressors own the media? And they didn't own multi-choice. Horse Becker, an Afrikaner man, owned multi-choice, multi-billionaire. But well, anyway, I guess it's because of free markets, and they are buying, and now the French are buying. And I've been saying in my videos, everywhere there's France, behind there's a bloodshed. Everywhere. You can think I'm lying to your research. Wherever there is France, there's going to be bad things happening behind. Black people are going to be suffering. Wherever there is any French involvement. Okay, I'm not saying what the French are doing, but I'm saying wherever there's French involvement, there's going to be violence. El Shabaab, there's going to be militants. Or in the case of music, there's going to be music that promotes violence, and then there will be violence in the country. Why do you think there's violence in South Africa? When you talk about gender-based violence and drug abuse and crime in South Africa, where do you think it's coming from? Is it not coming from the fact that our young people will listen to music and films that actually make them do that? And who is sponsoring that music and films? It is this Universal Music, this French Vivendi, French company. Canal Plus, the one that is now want to buy MultiChoice, which was an independent African company. Do you get the picture? Are you connecting the dots and understanding the importance of independent media? When we talk about independent media, we're actually talking about media that is owned by the people of that place, so that it can speak the views of the people of that place, not the views of the oppressor. Because the oppressor's media is also independent media, they're independent to themselves, to the French cause. Of course, the French cause is the European cause. Of course, the European cause is the American cause. That is the Western cause. They're all together, same WhatsApp group. You get the picture. So do you understand? So now, so if you're going to use DSTV, all right, to fight gender-based violence and crime, like in the back of their mind, the CEOs and the board, they know that it's them who are sponsoring it, through making young people sign music deals and ask them to sing about nonsense only. Who sings sense? Who sings sense and their music is promoted? Nobody. Okay. That's why gospel music is relegated to the back door to gospel channels. Because gospel music isn't singing about us, let us take drugs, let us win girls every weekend. You look at me now, I've got a lot of money, I've got a Ferrari, I've got a Bentley, you are nothing. That's what hip hop is about. That's what the culture, they've actually manipulated the culture. But black people always like to own culture but not understanding what culture is. I was saying to someone a few days ago about culture. I said, this guy, do you know that everything that is in culture once started somewhere? This thing that is called culture, we haven't been doing it since eternity. There are some things that were started 70 years ago, some 100, some 200, some 20 years ago. We call it culture. And there's this, I think, that because it's our culture, we must accept our culture. But like sometimes our culture can be wrong. Sometimes the influencers from outside can influence our culture and make us go in a wrong direction. And we culturize that and take ownership of that, which is actually crippling us. So therefore, when you're talking about your culture, you need to analyze and see that which you call culture, where does it come from? Is it not the enemy that planted it in you? And also, whether you know it's the enemy or not, how is it taking you forward? What benefit do you get from that thing that you call culture? Because we like to say you want to preserve culture. Preserve culture for who? You understand? Well, fair enough, culture sounds like a good thing, but let us interrogate every single piece of our culture and see if it is taking us forward. If it is taking us backwards, to hell with it. To hell with it. Start something new that is going to bring progress. Because what is important is progress, not to stay in stagnation owing to the fact that we not want to respect culture. You see, the war is there. I'm teaching you war. The enemy understands the use of culture, the power of culture, the power of religion. That is why they've got a white Jesus. It is so sad that last month I came to sad realization in South Africa amongst the black Xhosa people. I was in a bus and I'm arguing with these people. I was preaching to them about Christ in a bus. So there were a few people, maybe about 10 people or 15 or so. They began to say to me, yeah, but your Jesus is white. What color is Jesus? Then I realized that they really do believe that Jesus Christ is white. Do you know why? Because on TV and everywhere they see a white Jesus. Where I grew up in Zimbabwe in a Roman Catholic church. In that church, Jesus was black. Okay, it still is black. When they put posters of Jesus in the Catholic church, in where the black people are, that Jesus is black. So in my mind, I never realized that in South Africa, they don't have a picture of a black Jesus. So these guys asked me, and then I said to him, no, Jesus is not white. Nobody knows what he is. And they said, no, he is white. So how do you think Jesus looks like? I said, the Bible says that we are all made in the image of God. Jesus looks like you. If you look at the mirror, the guy that you see in the mirror, that face that you see in the mirror, that's how Jesus looks like. Okay. So you see, the colonization that has been used in the moving in religion is very painful. And the fact that black people who have not been educated to understand even the use of religion, the use of politics, the use even of culture, everything is attacked. Everything is attacked. Everything is a weapon. Don't tell them. I'm telling you, everything is a weapon. Everything to them is a weapon. Everything. Even this channel is a weapon. That is why they are attacking it, because it cannot be bought. Everything is a weapon. So you need to understand that. But of course, the only people that are gonna listen to me speaking now is France and everybody who's oppressing black people. The black people are not listening, and the few that are listening are jealous as to why am I the one who's saying it. If you are jealous, you too open a channel. I'm tired of these black people who are jealous of my channel. Open a channel also and say the same thing that I'm saying. What's wrong with you? Why are you jealous that God chose you for you to do it? Do the same thing. Let's take the nation forward. Holy is the Lord. Don't play. Because one of the problems when you're dealing with black people is that when you try to help black people, your first enemy is going to be the black people themselves. And the people who are going to come to your help is the French people. The French people will elevate you here and there, put you in their media spaces there and there. And the next thing the black people are saying, you're sold out. Sold out to what? Sold out to who? I was alone. I was never with you. No. Don't say I sold out. I was never with you. I was just merely speaking about black oppression. And the white people came and bought me. And I'm now working with them to oppress you. And then you say that you are bought. No. We were never together. I tried to be with you, but you refused. And that is the painful issue about the liberation of black people. You discover as time goes on that actually the liberators of black people are actually victimized by blacks themselves. I was seeing a video of Patrice Lumumba when he was on a ship going to Europe. He was being ridiculed, being lied to, being claimed by black people. The very same black people that in Congo that he was fighting for, that the very same black people that were beating him up, clapping him, ridiculing him, so that, and then after a few hours after that he died, fighting for the same fools. Fools. Seriously, black people sometimes they behave like fools. That was foolish. I was like, I was so heartbroken. I didn't know that this guy in the whole of Africa, this Patrice Lumumba guy, is actually a mighty guy, like good guy fighting the system for your miserable behinds. And the thing that they do is they ridiculing him so that they were going to be given by the Belgians a few cents on the dollar, just a few coins. Just like Judas Iscariot who sold Jesus for a few silver coins. That's black people for you. They will sell the rest of the other people for a few coins. including the future of their own children, their grandchildren, and the future of their own name, their own nation. What a disgrace. Holy is the Lord. Okay? We're going to split truth today. Speaking truth to power. Power is, I get it, they say power to the people. I'm speaking truth to the people. The people who are power, the majority of the people. I'm tired of people who always blame the ANC and white people and never blame the black people themselves, the black majority of Africa. Them themselves also they are to blame. And I'm speaking truth to you, black people. You are the power and I'm speaking truth to you. You don't pay my rent, so I'm not afraid of you. I'm speaking to power. The power is you. And you are in jail and you are under attack because of your own foolishness and you are not willing to learn. Yes. High time somebody tell these black people. You see, I can bash France as long as I want. I can bash white people as well. And black people as well need to be told the truth. That they are the problems. Because we can fight the devil. But the first devil that you should fight is you. The devil that is on the inside of you. Okay. You can blame ANC, blame Robert Mugabe, ZANU-PF, hey, these African dictators, our leaders, this and that, they are corrupt. Of course they are corrupt, but why are they corrupt? They are corrupt because they are a product of you. The majority, the African people who are corrupt, you are witches. You practice witchcraft. There's no continent full of witchcraft more than Africa. Thieves, liars, people who want a shortcut, evil people, corrupt people. Of course your children are corrupt. Of course your children are going to be voted for and become into power and they will be corrupt because their parents taught them corruption. I'm speaking truth to power, to black people. I don't care if you don't finish this video. You want to finish it this today. Holy is the Lord. Don't play. You see, I'm a prophet of God. I'm not a prophet to please people. People get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. We don't prophesy to please you, to tell you you're going to have a car, pay money. No. We tell you the truth that you are acting like fools. And you've got to be told. Truth to power. I need to hear hey, one people who speak to truth to power. You too are power. And we're speaking truth to you. Black people. In particular, I'm addressing the black people. That's why God let the French take over. Because even if the French will go, you will also fight each other based on who speak what language. You've got this on the Zulus versus Xhosas, the Hutus, the Tutsis, Rwanda, what, all that nonsense. You cannot even handle your own relations. You cannot even forgive each other. You cannot even live together. So that's why God gave Africa to whites and the French. I remember there was a day when I was asking God about when is he going to remove ZANU-PF. He laughed. He said, I won't. He said, I won't. Why? He said, no. You see, they will go when I decide. They don't say to me, ZANU-PF is going to go when I wanted to go. I'm like, Lord, but then people have been praying. And then God kept quiet. A few days later, he showed me a lot of things about black people. They are sin. But they are so eager to look at leaders and say the leaders are evil. Yet they do not see their own evil. That it is God's judgment and Russia's judgment that actually Africa is under attack. Black lives matter, black lives matter. If your lives matter, stop your foolishness and be wise. Stop corruption. Stop witchcraft. Okay? And they don't like that witchcraft part. They don't like anyone to say it while it's practicing it. I said to people around me, I say, guys, why do you hate it when I call you guys witches? Then they say, oh, we're going to report you to the police. You're calling us witches. I said, it's very simple. Stop it. Stop the witchcraft. Nobody's going to call you a witch. Because I'm a prophet of God. I see the demons that they use. I see how they operate. And I tell them. As the people that know me, don't think that I just rant on YouTube only. The people that know me, they know. I tell them straight, izolo wenze so. Idemon lakho lenze so. Wenze so. I don't prophesy things to lie to them, to make them feel good. I prophesy after that people hate me. Because it's the truth. I tell them, if you don't want to be called witches, stop witchcraft. It's very simple. And God will bless you. In fact, this whole thing of renting here on YouTube, wherever, is not going to make the Spirit of God free Africa. What's going to make him free Africa is when the Africans humble themselves and realize that they are fools. They've been worshipping devils. So, let's get out of the spiritual. Let's come to the physical, the things that you know. Because when I say, we don't worship devils, they've got no evidence. Okay, we don't have him Kovu. Or at least them Kovu of you is here. Or at least when you petty band in meat. Now, let's get to the physical. You are liars, black people. You lie. You are thieves. You can't employ black people and they don't come here with some slickly group that is discussing how they can steal money from the company. You can't. Across industries, you are thieves. You are corrupt. Then after being corrupt, you blame white people. You see, whites have got their corruption. Yes, I agree. But at least they know how to build things that last. That is why even here in Africa, the houses and the buildings that were built by white people, Helen Zille said it and she was castigated. The things that were built by the apartheid is still strong and running. And when the black people took over, they destroyed that. They never built anything new. All they know is stealing, eating, comrades might eat nonsense. That's black people for you. It is their sin. So yes, of course, Eskom is going to go down. Yes, of course, this country is going to go down. Yes, of course, Africa is going to go down. Thank God Vivendi is buying that multi-choice. You think that I'm contradicting myself? No, I am balancing the equation. I'm balancing the argument. Okay. On the flip side, actually, maybe the French are actually going to save the media industry in Africa. Maybe the French actually are going to build things. They're going to provide jobs, actually get companies that are run well in the economy that is actually at least running, even though it's going to save the French, the Europeans, the white people, and less the blacks. But at least the blacks are not going to go hungry. They will have a job. At least maybe God really has to allow the French to take over. You see, there's a balance in this thing. It's not one-sided. It's not like we're gonna say, oh, French imperialists, our enemies. No, God help us. God is also a God of the French. If God sees fools in Africa, it's gonna say to the French, I've got a nation for you that you can take over. Africa. I will hand it over your hands. Read the Old Testament. Don't play. Don't play. People want to know who God is. God is not your friend. God is the creator of everything. You don't understand? God is not your friend. I once said to the Holy Spirit many years back, I said, my friend, he got angry. I said, shut up, I'm not your friend. I'm your Lord. God is the Lord, and the Lord is the Lord of judgment too. So you Africans, do not be surprised when God judges against you and give the French and the Europeans authority and power over you. Go read the Old Testament. How do you think Israel conquered the land? Eh? They were playing nice. No. God was telling them, go and kill everything. Kill the people, kill the cows, kill the cats and dogs. Destroy everything. Do whatever you want. Don't play. Holy is the Lord. His judgment can be harsh and you will think that he's the devil. He can become more than the devil. Don't play. That is the truth. So you really got to know that for you to be free, you need to go to the source. The source of wisdom, which is Jehovah himself. If you Africans go to Jehovah, there is nothing that the French can do against you. They can only buy companies to bless you. But if you keep on with your witchcraft, which you are not willing to accept, which you are not willing to admit, boy oh boy, the French, the Americans, the British, whoever, they're going to come and have you for lunch, baby. Have you for lunch, have you for dinner, and have you for leftover breakfast. Don't play. Holy is the Lord. Don't play. Do not play. People are like, oh, so where is God? God is where you ran away from. Go back where he is. Where you ran away from when you're busy taking your muti. You see, people, these black Africans are surprising to me. You see them in church with muti. So that the pastor can like them and give them positions in church. How can you bring an enemy of God in the house of God and then you expect God is going to bless you? Nonsense. What kind of nonsense is that? And even your pastors as well, many of them, these false prophets, many of them, there's lots of them Almost 80% of church pastors and prophets are actually devil worshippers. Yes, that's true. I know that. Because I'm a prophet of God. I can see. You see, when it comes to me, let me tell you something. I do not get into a church and I do not see the spiritual state of that church. All of them, it doesn't matter which church. The moment I get into a church, God will reveal to me everything about the church. I'll be whether if they start worship, especially when they start worshiping, I can tell that there's no God here. These people are playing. When God is there, I can tell that the Holy Spirit is here. But most of your churches, there's no God. Your pastors go to under the ocean or got naked, butt naked the whole night singing and sacrificing their children to the devil so that they can have power. They call it prophets. What kind of a continent is that? With prophets that sacrifice people. There's a place in Nigeria that they found bodies of dead people. It's a place of sacrifice. And nobody was arrested there. A few people were rescued when the place was discovered by accident. It says the place where church pastors and politicians and powerful people, powerful businesses go for sacrifices. And then you tell me that God is going to bless that kind of nation. Nonsense. We're playing. Holy is the Lord. Don't play. And then when I prophesy and say that these things are evil, then you say, hey, God did not send you. What do you want me to say? That God said God is gonna bless you with a Ferrari. After taking your cousins and killing your cousins, sacrificing them to Satan, then you think God is going to bless that? Think again. Maybe another God in another dimension, not here. And even in that dimension, He is God there as well too. He's going to find you there and destroy you. Don't play. So when we're talking about freedom, there has to be a balance of who is our enemy. Let us fight our enemy. But what are we doing? What is our responsibility? What actually empowers the enemy to do that? In any case, probably we might find out that the enemy in some instances is good, is right by doing what they're doing because we are actually unlivable with. Because we share one planet, what if it has come to their realization that we cannot have this devil worshippers, this witchcraft babies sacrificing things in our planet? Let us kill all of them. Do you understand? You do not know what's going on in their heads. Maybe they actually have got good intentions, and then they say that you are corrupt. You cannot you cannot be advised any better. You know. All is the Lord. I hope you listen to this one to the end. And I hope this YouTube algorithm stops this thing of actually what they're doing, crippling my feed, because I'm fighting them. Africa. But you see that at the end of the day, we actually ought not to fight for black Africans. We actually have to fight for the whole world, for everyone. So, hence I speak the balance, because the balance also includes the French. The French also must be blessed. Okay, it's not a sin for them to desire to grow financially and explore the world. Yet at the same time, we have got to balance their excesses. All right. At the same time, keeping in check the so-called oppressed black people, showing them also that even within their oppression, we are sorry for your oppression, but you also have got a part and a big part in perpetuating your own poverty and your own struggles. If you really indeed you improve yourselves, you personally, without involving any other people, you as a group of people, therefore the other people will have no choice but to bless you. They will look at you as a blessing, and they will look at you and view you in equal standing, because they've seen the decorum and the understanding that is in you, and they've seen the wisdom, and then they see that the foolishness is gone. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, the mission of God is to bless everyone else. But those that are not in the Lord, they will be destroyed. There's no two ways about it. Don't be lied to by any other prophet. I'm telling you the truth. If you're not in the Lord, you're going to be destroyed. If you're in the Lord, you're going to be blessed. All right? That's what it is. That is the truth of the matter. I know people like to be lied to. Black people like to be lied to. White people and these French people, they like people who are going to be in line with everything that they do, including their foolishness. Mm. But I'm not gonna be that. I'm a prophet of God, not a prophet for the French, not a prophet for the black people. I'm not on the side of black people. I'm not on the side of white people. I'm on the side of the living God. That is my job. I mean, that is exactly what I have to do. And the balance is when you strike a balance. And if you're gonna be against that, you will find yourself being against the one that sent me. That's why I don't fear you. Because it is the one that sent me that is gonna deal with you. Holy is the Lord. I think that is enough now. I don't want to say who my name is because I don't want some of you at 3 a.m. to be busy chanting and calling my name in the spirit. I am him who says what I said. Let's just calm down, all of us. But be serious about taking our continent forward in the world. Thank you very much.